Hi everyone, welcome to Stampin' on the Farm with Cherie. I'm Cherie Wheatley, Independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to be working with this stamp set, Merry Patterns. It's a Hostess stamp set that's only available till the end of October and only on a qualifying order from a Hostess. You can take up an order, like a book order, your own personal order, for $300 or more before shipping and handling, and you get this for free, the stamp set. That's the only way that it's available. And today we're going to be working on this card. We're going to do this card using the candles and some other things, but let me show you what we're going to be using to make this card. Alright, first we have, I'll just set this right here. I'm going to show you, we have our card base is the black cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we have our Whisper White insert that is 4 by 5 1/4. That will go inside there. And we have a piece of Old Olive cardstock that we have that is the 4 by 5 1/4 that I've already ran through using the Holly Texture Depression embossing folder. I went ahead to save time and ran that through, but there's the embossing folder for that. And we'll need this piece. It comes from the it's in our new holiday catalog, the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper, and this is 5 1/4 by 2 inches. And we'll need a piece of scrap Whisper White and scrap black cardstock to do this piece here. And some of this double stitched ribbon is Cherry Cobbler. And of course we're going to be working with the stitched shape framelits. It comes with ovals and circles, and they're squares. We're using the next to the largest oval, and then we're using the layering oval framelits, and we're using the scalloped one, the next to the largest scalloped one, to make this right here. And our inks are Basic Black, Cherry Cobbler, and Daffodil Delight. Alright, I'm going to set this over here to the side. First thing I'm going to do, I think I'll go ahead and put our inside layer in. Oh goodness, just ran out of snail. I was using the snail adhesive and I just ran out of it. I'll just go ahead and have the fast fuse here, which sometimes can be persnickety, but you've got to just lightly do it and check mark it. Let's put down our inside layer. We can write our greeting on here. And we're also going to be using our multi-purpose glue. This textured embossing folder sometimes makes it hard for it to stick on our cardstock, but you can use fast fuse, but I always like to use the multi-purpose glue. It gives me wiggle room, and it seems to hold on there better with this texture on here. All right, glue that on and line it up. It's really nice. I like to be able to have the wiggle room with the glue of lining stuff up. Then we'll do the same piece with our Merry Little Patterns Designer Series paper. And glue it on with the multi-purpose glue. Just butt it up. It's the same width as the old olive cardstock that we read through the embossing folder. And let's go ahead and get attach our ribbon here before we do the stamping of the candles to get that all lined up. But I'm not totally messed up in this. I'll put that down. I should have put this down. Well, as you can tell, I made a mistake here, and I glued this piece on before I put my ribbon on, so luckily it came off. We won't be able to see this after we glue it on, but we need to attach our ribbon and then glue the old olive layer on. So let's line this up and use our fast fuse here to glue that down there. And we just had company pull up, so if you hear some noise outside, we're working on our fencing on the farm. Come on, fast fuse. There we go. Now, guys, it just pulled up. Alright. Now, it looks a little messy. Let's see how this looks on the front of it. Got lined up. Oh, of course not. I feel like everything's going crazy on this one. But that's how it happens sometimes. Real life. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's good. Okay. Alright, let's get this off. There we go. And I like to take a mini glue dot and my paper piercer and put a little mini glue dot in the middle of my ribbon just to hold it down, and make sure you've got it straight. Now, let's see what happens. Let's see if I can put some more fast fuse on this and salvage this. I hope. But as long as I've been doing this, things happen. But you can luckily take it apart and put it back together, and sometimes you can't tell that you've made that big mistake. There we go. Good as new. Never can tell I messed all that up. I hope. Alright, so there is our card base and the layer on there. Now, we are going to get out the basic black ink and our candle stamps. Stamp sets, the stamp here. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set, so it always has they always turn out, the stamping turns out better if you use a piercing mat, with a foam on here. It's best to use that to do our stamping on. Okay. And let's get it good and inked up. Alright, now I'm gonna put it right here because we'll be cutting out, and I can use the other end of this. We'll be cutting this out with the oval, so we can use the other end of the whisper white to do another one up there. Yay, good. That turned out good. I'm going to close up my basic black, and I'm going to get out the Cherie cobbler ink and stamp our candles. I always have to look at it first to see which one goes where. There we go. Alright. Two-step stamping. Stamping that in Cherie cobbler. Line this up. It's pretty good. Pretty easy with this photopolymer stamp set to line up, but it's kind of hard when you're trying to keep your head out of the shot of the camera here to... that did okay. Now, the other stamp. Line this up. Now you can do these in different colors if you want. Decided to do it all in cherry cobbler on this one. Alright, there we go. And now, I think that's all we need for the cherry cobbler right now. Now we're using the Daffodil Delight, and we're going to light these candles up. See how that looks. There we go. Raise up if you best you can. Let's see what happens here. Yay! That looks pretty darn good. Alright. So there, and by the magic of a YouTube vision, I have already cut this out with our stitch shape, the oval, and our scalloped layering oval framelit. I've already cut out the black there. It lines up like this. Okay, let's just move that out of our way. And I may use my scrap paper here though, in case there's glue or anything on that bottom. And get our fast fuse, just lightly, and then check mark it. And it usually does okay. You can line that up there. Mirror two ovals together. And let's go ahead and first I want to, before I put that on there, I want to stamp our greeting on the inside. I'm using the Merry Christmas right here. Merry Christmas to go on the inside. I'm going to stamp that in basic black. Yay. That looks good. Close up this. Alright. Now, I'm going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I find it there. And I put plenty on. These raise the piece up, pops them up, gives them some dimension. If you're not familiar with the Stampin' Dimensionals, they are a must-have. I love these, and the glue is really handy. Oh, I love the fast fuse. All the adhesives that Stampin' Up carries. I really love them and use them for different things. Depends on what I'm doing. All right, get all those off, and this up here in the middle. And there you have it. There we go. Let's kind of push some of this stuff out of the way. Made a little bit of a mess. But there is our pretty simple Christmas card made from Merry Patterns, the Hostess set. I really appreciate you spending time with me, and if you enjoyed this video and watching this card that I made, I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share. I really appreciate it. And if you're looking for a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you live in the United States, I really would love to earn your business. I've been stamping and making cards with Stampin' Up for many years, and just recently, earlier this year, became a demonstrator. And I wish I had done that a long time ago, but I'm loving it, and the benefits is wonderful, and I'm really enjoying working with this company. So we'll have all the details, the supplies that I used, and the measurements will be at the bottom of the description of the YouTube video. Well, the supplies, and then I have a link to my blog. Well, you can have the dimensions will be listed on there. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, happy stamping.